stage left. Megan, back stage left. Sarah. Megan, back stage left. Megan. Anybody stage left? Nobody stage left. Actually, never mind, sir.
She's downstairs.
Hello. I'm going to safety call now. Honey, it's very fast. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yee!
We're a little late. We were trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt because there are people who still haven't come who have purchased tickets for tonight, so we're trying to give them a little leeway. Okay, this is, if you don't know, if you've never been in here before, the Riverhead Music Hall was built in 1881. It was around the time that most small opera houses were used by the court in Washington, D.C. They refer to that as the this is the oldest theater in downstate New York, including Broadway. It's the oldest Broadway theater by 20 years. If you have an interest in becoming more involved with Vale Levitt and you live anywhere locally, they would be happy to have you, sign up as a volunteer for whatever you can put into it. And we also, I just want to take a minute to thank Bridgehampton National Bank, who continues to just be a champion of arts in this helpless commission. And for those of you who don't know, have any of you ever been to a Fringe festival before? Okay, so the Fringe Festival started in Edinburgh, Scotland, maybe 50 years ago, to give artists an opportunity to perform new works that did not require big productions, to get things up and going, to explore new ideas, different ways of doing theater, and in a very, very short time they spread all over the world. You can go to almost any major city and there's a Fringe Festival. And we decided the Vale needed a Fringe Festival. Any major city and Riverhead. And Riverhead. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of cute. There's DC Fringe and San Francisco Fringe. The biggest in the country is New York City. Does the New York City International Fringe, which does 800 shows in 3 weeks. So they're short, they're quick, some are a little longer, some have music, but Cindy and I decided that we would look for some just really interesting work on a wide spectrum of topics. So this play we're very excited to present, 50 Flat, is written by a college student and directed by a college student and performed mostly by college students or graduates, and has a very, very interesting perspective on what young people are thinking about for the future. So we give you 50 Flat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vale Levitt Music Hall. The Vale Levitt Music Hall is downstate New York's oldest theater, operated for community benefit by a 501c3 charitable corporation. Its long, rich history includes early experiments in talking films by Thomas Edison, and famous acts like the cowboy who said, "I never met a man I didn't like," Will Rogers. International artists of note have graced our stage. They've included Leon Redbone, Lee Konitz, Bucky Pezzarelli, Kenny Charles, Sam Taylor, and Pete Best, just to name a few. The music hall opened on October 11, 1881. The main theater and its balcony are a miniature opera house. As more modern theaters were built in the area, the music hall was converted for use over the years as a restaurant, a roller skating rink, even a betting parlor. The Vale was abandoned and forgotten for decades. Then in the late 1970s, restoration efforts began, and they've been continuing ever since. The Vale currently serves as both a rental venue and a presentation venue for the performing arts. Before the show starts, we have a few simple requests. Please take a moment and silence your cell phone or pager. Remember, when the lights dim, please remain seated for your safety. Also, there is no smoking allowed anywhere in the Vale building. Emergency exits are located right in front of the stage and also the stairway used to enter on your right. Next time, your organization, band, choir, or acting troupe, or anytime you need a stage and 240 seats to do your show, contact the Vail Levitt Music Hall, the oldest and best in downstate New York. And now, another great presentation here at the Vail Levitt Music Hall.
Hey, Flora. I like your painting.
Thanks, Matt. I just finished it. It's called How It Feels to Chew Gum in the Shower.
Huh. Who are you waving at?
I don't know her name.
Oh, was she in that airplane?
I think so.
Where's she going?
I don't know.
You don't know her name and you don't know where she's going?
Well, I don't know if she's in that airplane. We haven't met, you see.
What do you mean?
Well, I try to wave at all the airplanes I see, just in case I get lucky and wave at one with the girl who's waving back.
You mean just on the off chance that there's someone waving back?
Precisely.
Assuming there is someone out there like that, what makes you think she's a girl?
Well, I don't know of any men who would wave at someone without seeing them first.
What if there's no one waving back?
Well, that very well may be, but I like to think that there's someone out there who thinks the way that I do and waves all the airplanes that they see.
Flora, I don't think there's anyone out there who thinks like you do.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Flower. You look beautiful today. Oh, I meant your painting looks beautiful today.
Hey, Emil.
Oh, what's up, man? I'm sorry I'm late. I was arguing with my mom. She wants me to go to church every Sunday and start reading the Bible. I tried telling her I'm already on chapter 5, but I don't think she believes me.
One more book to study.
Why not go to church? It's an hour a week outside the library.
No time. We only have 2 more weeks before the ladder exam.
Well, if you work yourself to death, don't you want to at least get into heaven afterwards?
I don't want to go to heaven.
You don't?
My tutor told me I could sleep when I'm dead, and when I die, that's the first thing I'm gonna do.
Don't worry, I don't think that there's a heaven anyway.
What, you already checked? What do you think there is?
Well, I think you get to come back to Earth and do things over again. Only this time on purpose. What do you think, Matt? What do you think happens when we die?
I don't know. I guess I would settle for knowing what would happen if we lived.
Hey, Miss Greyson, what's that on your forehead?
Oh, that? It's just a little bruise. I fell asleep at my other job last night and one of the factory robots clocked me in the noggin.
Oh, get well soon.
Thanks, dear.
So if you consider the anthropological, psychoanalytical, and entomological factors, you can finally derive once and for all why all prep schools assign the same flawed, terrible books again and again, year after year. And now we press on to a matter that I'm sure is at the top of your minds, or should I say your foreheads. In 2 weeks, you will take your final and most crucial exam, the ladder exam. And after they're scored, all of you, of course, will graduate prep school with 1 of these. Matt, you decided to come early for tomorrow's lecture?
No, Mr. Halber, I was just laughing about the forehead thing.
Yes. Well, as I was saying, on the day of the exam, I understand tensions are high. However, the ladder exam is an exam that encompasses
the entire freaking Just what are you doing, Flora?
Listening to classist propaganda? And what are you doing?
Flora, don't. You're embarrassing me.
The ladder scores on classism? It's quite the opposite.
Oh, no, indubitably. The ladder score is not classism. We just make everyone take a test and then force them to live and work based on their scores forever. Sure, if you score 25,000, you get to live in the suburb, and 35 feels like rich professional careers. But if you score below a 15,000, that is lifelong poverty sentence. Why don't we talk about them?
You know what you should do about that?
What?
Don't score underneath 15,000.
Flora, sit down. But the ladder score is not to blame for poverty. America has historically allocated power based on talent and ability, but so gosh darn efficiently. Before the ladder exam, our leaders in politics and industry were those who would score less than 35,000 out of 50,000 today. For example, in the 1950s, our so-called best and brightest still had such ridiculous wars like Vietnam.
Yeah, back then everybody just voted for whichever president was the most attractive.
Oh yeah, like any president has ever been hot.
What about FDR?
Oh, that's not fair. You like to think for models.
What about John F. Kennedy?
Or Calvin Coolidge?
Or Taylor Swift?
Exactly. Now, of course, the ladder score remedy that by giving more votes to the higher scores. Those who score below 15,000 don't vote at all. Now, class, what else is the ladder score remedy?
Oh, before the ladder exam, the Nobel Prize Committee was full of political party members with their own agendas.
And universities were full of legacies. Education really only went to the children of the educated.
Yes, very good. Now, of course, universities choose people entirely based on their ladder score. And the admissions councils aren't allowed to look at anything else, not even their parents' ladder scores.
But what if someone with 15,000 wants to go to university?
Look, the ladder score is not politics, it's economics. Benefits all and not just the higher scores. Let me give you an example. My score is 30 flat, which means I am best suited to teach. But without the ladder score, we wouldn't know who's best suited for which job. We would waste resources, educate the mediocre. We would fail to give opportunities to the talented. Do so drag the economy down below its full potential and rob the public. That is how the ladder score ensures a fair and universal meritocracy.
Maybe Flora has a point. Should we really base everything on just one test?
It's not just any exam. It's beyond ahead of primitive, scholastic, and IQ tests. College entrance exams favor those who can afford elite schooling or study materials. IQ tests were a joke. They failed to form a statistical bell curve, and anyone can take it any number of times to get an entirely different score. However, when you take the ladder exam, the data will be sent to the Federal Ladder Score Agency. They'll use sophisticated algorithms to calculate your score, and there you can take satisfaction in knowing your true place in the world.
Yes, take satisfaction in knowing your salary is based on what the government expects from you, not what you actually do.
Oh yes, well let's say you build out the scores. What would people do to score high? How would you create incentive for hard work?
Well, if someone was smart enough to create a world where we didn't need the ladder score anymore, I would give them a 50 flat.
Mr. Halber.
Yes?
We never actually discussed the Federal Ladder Score Agency. Who exactly are those people?
I'm not sure, Matt. The people of the Ladder Score Agency are top notch, yes indeed. You can take full satisfaction in the ladder scores they give out.
But what if they make a mistake? How do we know we can trust the ladder scores?
You see, Matt, the Ladder Score Agency have very high scores themselves.
you think.
How fast you think, how creative you are, and how you function under pressure.
Let's begin.
Estimate how many socks are lost every January and show your reasoning.
Write down as many uses as you can think of for clothing today.
In a brief essay, explain what you would do if you scored above 49,000 and therefore you were legally allowed to choose your own career.
So you tripped at the finish line, huh? Man, what a shame. You know if you don't finish the test, you can't score above 20,000, right?
Oh, it's not fair. What were the questions asked what I would do if I could choose my own career? What was I supposed to say? Up until graduation, they have us asking for permission to go to the bathroom. How was I supposed to be able to choose a career? How am I supposed to know what the most important job in the world is?
Well, we'll find out when I get my job assignment.
If I'd known they wanted us to think for ourselves, I would have started a long time ago.
Well, you don't need to worry anymore, huh?
Hey, did your guys' scores arrive? Me too.
Good. Let's get this over with. I'll go first.
Well, what's it say, Emil?
Okay.
45,212.
Out of 50,000? That's amazing. Oh!
Oh my god, did he faint?
No, he's just sleeping. I think this is the first time he's relaxed since the test.
Or maybe his whole life. We should let him. Once he wakes up, he'll be impossible to live with.
Who's next?
I'll go. I checked. If I score below 26,000, I'll be placing in the code close to yours.
Don't you talk like that. Your score is really high. Sure. Bring it up, let's see. I was right, wasn't I? How high is it?
13,672.
Oh, Flora, wait! No, Flora, wait! It's a mistake! It's gotta be! They must have mixed up our scores with other people's! How else could I be a... 50,000? I'm a 55. How could I be a... Flora! Hello? Yeah. Sure, where are you? Oh, you're right outside my office. Yeah, I'm sure I must have heard you knocking on.
Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Raker, but I need to please sign off on this press release. The Ladder Score Agency has been getting a lot of heat lately from special interest groups about school kids having nervous breakdowns upon receiving the ladder scores.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Raker, sir. We have a continued shortage of workers with over 40,000. We're going to have to start assigning people with scores of 39,000 tutors and doctors. Oh, and we're going to have to start assigning more malpractice lawyers to sue the new doctors.
Mr. Raiton, we're going to finish up drawing a new city plan for lot for more low-score housing. We also are going to start to convert low-scoring prep schools into prisons.
Oh.
There are also 3 more reports of ladder scores arriving weeks late.
Mr. Raker, we need to go for more permanent April ladder score exams. The law enforcement agency continues to contact us about people forging higher scores.
Excuse me, everyone. I have a meeting with Miss Pinkerton.
Yes, sir, Mr. Raker.
Yes, sir, Mr. Raker.
Good morning, Mr. Raker. I received a message saying that you needed me for something.
Yes, Miss Pinkerton. I'm glad our top engineer could find time to meet with me today.
Oh, please, Kate, just fine. I must say it's an honor to meet you, sir.
What's that?
I've never met a 50 flat before.
Please don't call me that.
Oh, sure thing. But if you don't mind me asking, why do you work for the Federal Ladder Score Agency if you have a score of 50,000?
Well, I've been wondering why for 11 years.
Well, what can I help you with?
I understand you are the head data scientist in the score process. Your file says you helped make the original module designed to convert each ladder score test into each test taker's final score.
Is there something wrong with my code?
Oh, no, not at all. I was hoping you could explain part of it to me.
I don't know what I can explain that wouldn't be obvious to a 50. Sorry.
Here's the part of your code that I don't understand. Once you've inputted arguments for logic, creativity, and problem solving, you get the variable p as a progressive score.
That's right.
But then p is multiplied by 0.1 and added to 0.9 times the variable q, which is returned from a function imported from another module. What's the variable q?
Q. That's Andrew's variable.
What's that?
Charlie Andrews was a legend in data science and economics and mathematics. She even held a high position in the government for a while. I'm surprised you don't know her personally.
What's that?
Because apart from you, Andrews has been the only head of the Ladder Score Agency who was a 50 flat.
She had a score of 50,000. But what was her variable q?
I don't know. She encoded the variables function in a confidential module. The only way to access it is to scan a score of 50,000. Here, I'll show you.
I guess Andrews was the only one here with a score that high. Until now.
I've always wanted to see this.
Scanning score.
So, Q is generated by timing successive pairs of radioactive decays detected by a Geiger-Muller tube interfaced with the computer. That's the technology our statisticians use to generate random numbers. It's impossible to generate truly random numbers any other way.
Random? You mean q is a random number? That would mean that the score does take into account the logic, creativity, and problem-solving tests, but those only account for 10% of the final score. The rest of the score is left up to chance.
It's random, but I worked so hard, and my score means nothing.
I knew it.
You knew it?
I knew my score couldn't be right, and apparently no one else's either. Not even Emil's. Not even Flora's.
Who's Flora?
I'll tell you what she is. She's not at 13,672. I have to tell her. And Emil.
Wait, Matt, you cannot let this out. We're mistaken. We must be. Let's go back and check it before we go around starting riots.
We can't keep this a secret.
Who are you going to tell? The president? Even she will faint at news like this.
Not the president. But of one person I'd like to see faint again.
We are here because the students of Latin University are tired of being sorted by their score. Right! And so are Americans!
Right.
Thank you to everyone who came out to demonstrate today. You all represent the students on campus who were upright, outspoken, and didn't have exams today. So who will speak first?
Oh, I will. The ladder score has created the biggest underclass this country has ever seen.
Right!
Only those who score about 35,000 are allowed to go into business, so entrepreneurship in the underclass is impossible.
Right!
Businesses are started by the rich only for the rich. No more ladder score!
No more ladder score!
The ladder score is undemocratic. High scores shouldn't be the only ones who are allowed to run for government positions. Why should the ladder score tell me who I should vote for? Why should the ladder score tell me who my doctor could be? Who could teach my kids? As long as people under 15,000 don't vote, the system will never change.
Right!
No more ladder score!
No more ladder score!
The ladder score is eugenics. If the ladder score is based on intelligence, and intelligence is something we are born with, then by putting all of the intelligent people in high positions, it creates a caste system based on genetics.
Right!
No more ladder score!
No more ladder score! Ladies and gentlemen, the ladder score has silenced the low scores, which is why as high scores, we must give them back their voices by speaking to them. We will campaign to bring votes to the lower class. They will be able to elect any leader they choose, and we'll make sure they vote for us.
Right.
The government should be for the benefit of everyone equally, especially the lower class.
Right.
Because when is ladder score offensive?
When it offends me!
No more ladder score!
No more ladder score!
Actually,
You, sir! Another victim of the ladder score, you can speak next!
I'm
Experience with that tyrannical ladder score!
well,
Come on!
actually, I do have something to say.
What is it?
Let us hear it.
You see, I found out that all of the scores are...
A 50 flat?
Don't worry, Louise. This guy is as against the system as you are. I knew him back in high school, and let's just say I don't think he actually scored that high. In fact, I think he cheated on his last exam.
Alright guys, that's probably enough for today.
Matt Rager. It's been 10 years since I saw you last, and I can still recognize you by the way you stumble when you walk.
Emil, look at you. A professor at Locklearn University.
Look, buddy, I know what you did.
You do? How could you know that I hacked into the scoring system at the ladder score agency? Did Kate tell you?
Nobody had to tell me. It was obvious. Your score and your whole reason for working at the ladder score agency.
Isn't it amazing? I knew our scores couldn't be right. Not mine or Flora's. She paintings. She's brilliant and eccentric and creative, and she doesn't deserve a score of 13,672.
I'm amazed that you weren't arrested yet.
Right? That's why I have to find Flora. She has to know the truth. She
You
has to know that the
tell her
scores
that
are
you
fake.
cheated.
You think I cheated?
Fake?
I didn't cheat. The reason that someone like Flora could score so low and someone like me could score so high is because of the computer program that calculates scores. It's rigged, so that only a 50 flat can open it, and the scores it spits out, they're almost entirely random.
No, that can't be true. I'm a 45,212, and I earned this score. For God's sakes, I'm a professor here at the university.
What do you mean?
Man, I'm a tenured professor here at Locklearn University. I've been offered lecturing positions at the most noted universities in the United States and in Europe.
That's amazing. What do you teach?
My research is centralized in utilitarian economic theory. I analyze the state of the poor and the economic factors that hinder development in the low-scoring classes.
Well, I work for the ladder score agency. Maybe we could work together to implement changes to help the low-scoring class.
No, Matt, I don't implement anything. I write books so that others can follow through with my ideas.
Okay. Well, where can I buy a copy? Maybe we can distribute them among low scorers.
You misunderstand. Only students buy my books. The first volume alone is $200.
So what do you actually do?
What do you mean? I work to benefit the destitute and the disadvantaged, primarily those who score below 15,000.
But you work for high scorers. Teaching the high scorers. Writing books that only high scorers can afford. How many low scorers have you actually helped?
Scanning score.
Not allow you to speak to me like that, Matt Raker. No matter what your score is, you wasted your 50 flat. The low scorers, they're a product in themselves. They cannot be helped. If you spent even one moment in my class, you would see that the lower class is not to be serviced, they're to be studied. And who is going to study them? The people who work hard enough to belong here at Lockdown University. I will not apologize for my ladder score.
I'm sorry, Emil, but you're only here because of your score. You got that mostly by luck.
Get out!
Wait, no, I have to find Flora. Does she still live here with you?
No, I'm not with Flora anymore.
You're not. Why?
Man, she scored below 14,000. I couldn't stay with her. She lives on the other side of town. A place for the low scorers, called the other half.
Didn't you hear me before? That's not a real score. We have to tell her.
Look, even if that was the case, there is nothing we can do, okay? Flora can't leave the other half to come and be with you. She'll never know what it's like to have a high score like yours.
Even so, I have to tell her. In person.
Why? Because you love her?
What? I don't... How long have you known?
Since 6th grade, when we dissected dung beetles.
What?
It was disgusting. Some of them squirted when you tried to cut them open. Even I was nauseated.
So what?
Remember? Flora couldn't handle it. And she left to go throw up, and everybody in class laughed at her.
But she didn't
That's
know.
right. You went out there to help her because you were the only person who knew that she wasn't sick. She was crying. She actually felt bad for the dung beetles. That's when it was obvious how you felt about her. How else could you have known?
Doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does. Matt, you understood her better than I could ever. How did you know about the dung beetles?
Because I felt bad for them too.
Morning, Rosie. Mr. Bessemer, sir?
Yes.
I was wondering if I could get a raise this month.
Sorry, girl, you'll have to talk to the union. And they agreed on a wage cut last quarter. Well, we're saving the funds to build a company library. Since most of our employees have ladder scores below 15,000, this will give you a chance for some intellectual enrichment, just what you all need.
Well, I was trying to save it for a doctor's appointment.
Brilliant. Look up what you need to do for that in the company library. You know, there's nothing you can't find in the library.
Well, it's not just that. My water's out, and my clothes, well, they're more dirt.
Fantastic. You can check out a technical book and learn how to fix your plumbing. Like I said, there's nothing you can't find in the library.
I work overtime every night. Where am I going to get the time?
Like I said, there's nothing you can't find in the library.
Library. Got it. Matt Breaker, is that you?
What? Gosh. You look just like you did 11 years ago.
No, I don't. You shouldn't have given her any money. Her score is 5,000. She probably spent it all.
Actually, no. That's not a fair assumption. You see, I found out that her score, my score, your score, all of the scores are... Flora, why do you live here in the other half?
Hey, buddy, what you doing out here blocking the sidewalk?
Because I like the people. Because I like the scenery.
Why don't you actually answer me?
How about a real answer?
Because you don't know. Yeah, what do you know?
What's that?
What's that?
You think you know everything just because you're a 50 flat. You think you could do anything just because you're the police.
You know what I think?
Yeah, well, you know what I think? I think you should clear out of here!
I think you need someone's help.
You can't help me, Matt. I work 63 hours a week making parts for Carnegie Bridge. And it's legal for me to find another job, so I'll never be able to afford to drive on it.
Why not?
Because I'm stuck here. In the only town I can afford to live in, taking the bus, the only transportation that I can afford to buy, to the only job that I can get. Why did you come together now?
I'll take you away from this place.
What, like some damsel? What, did you think I see that number on your forehead and jump into your arms?
No, I know you don't care about that. I wanted to share what I learned at the ladder score agency. See, I found out your score, my score, all of the scores were assigned almost entirely at random.
So what?
So what? So what? The only reason you are here is because your score is a lie. It's like they looked at a car's license plate number and decided it was too low, so they threw it in the junkyard. That's what they did to you, Flora. I've seen your paintings. You're brilliant and eccentric. And some politician forced you to live and work here.
Well, I'm not sure I believe you, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that no matter how hard we work in the factories, our scores never go up. When workers asked for higher wages, they told us we should have asked for better scores when we took the ladder test. They say they're saving money for the oh-so-brilliant job creators. And then they build us libraries and concert halls, but there's no time to worry about getting an education or even going to the opera. Even if I was allowed to vote, I wouldn't be able to take the day off to do it. I haven't had time to paint in years.
Why did you stay with Emil? He would have given you everything you needed to keep painting. Wouldn't that have been good?
Emil, after he got a score of 45,000, he wasn't interested in being good, only being better. Like I said, after he opened his letter, there was no living with him after that.
His score was too high, huh? Is that why after you left him, you never came looking for me?
Bert, I found you. They don't allow people like me in most parts of town for high scores, let alone where 50 flats get to live.
Well, what about outside city limits? Just over Carnegie Bridge.
I told you, my score, I can't make it to the bridge. enough for the early morning flights to wake us up.
Did she run away from the girl on the airplane?
No, she's that high up, she isn't waving at someone like me.
What are you doing in my office after hours?
Well, it's only your office now. I quite like that you've done with the place.
I haven't changed anything.
Exactly.
What are you doing here? Did Kate tell you to find me here?
I do believe that you and I are the only 250 flats in the ladder store agency. And if I'm not mistaken, in the entire country.
What do you want?
I understand you have finally opened up my module.
Yes, I did. And I find your variable. Random Andrews variable. Did you do that on purpose? Could you design a system that assigns power and poverty by chance?
My dear, innocent friend, power and poverty were always assigned by chance. Just think, you have won the lottery to have been born, and to have been born able-bodied, and to parents, and to have been born after the last World War and before the next one. If you think that random scores didn't exist before we tattooed them on our faces, you are sadly mistaken.
Power and poverty were already assigned by chance. Why do we need the score at all?
The score is not just chance. It is truly equal, random chance. Each successive value for my variable is impossible to predict based on the last. Before the ladder score, people's social statures were heavily tied to what their parents gave them. Whether it was an inheritance, a pale complexion, a Y chromosome, with the double X's, a pretty face. That wouldn't do. The underclass blamed the government, and the government blamed the corporations, and the rich blamed the poor. It was a frightful mess. People demanded a meritocracy, but no one could agree on a way to measure merit. So, we gave them the ladder score.
Only 10% of the score is actually based on merit. Doesn't really help anyone.
On the contrary, the ladder score helps everyone, even the bottom scorers. Just think of Carnegie Bridge. It takes people of all different scores to build. Factory workers to process the steel, engineers to design it, and government officials to collect and spend the tolls. What if more people wanted to collect the tolls, but no one wanted to lift the steel? The bridge would never get built. The ladder score tells people their place. No one questions it as long as they are convinced it is a product of their own hard work and intelligence. The bridge gets built, benefiting all.
Flora works in a factory to make parts for that bridge. Do you think it was right to assign her to that life at random?
You see, not everyone's score can be left up to chance. The system needs to be overseen. The law says that 50 flats can choose their own career because only they carry the wisdom to know what to do with their own precious talents. So naturally, I allowed myself to score 50,000. Then, we realized that the ladder score could be used to curb public perception and rid so more women and minorities score higher and enter those fields. It was a graceful end to discrimination. However, a few years ago, we overcorrected, so we had to artificially lower the score of some women to restore the balance, of which your friend Flora ran in an unfortunate consequence.
You son of a...
Careful, Mr. Raiton.
What's to stop me from just destroying you?
You won't, because whether you care to admit it or not, you know the world needs a letter score and the answer is variable. Each person's success is not their own. I gave it to them, just like I gave it to you.
Why do I have this score?
When you took the ladder exam, there was a question which asked what you would do if you could choose your own path. Normally we wouldn't release such a question like that. It would give people dangerous ideas. However, you left the question blank. It was all I needed to know.
That I have test anxiety?
That you needed a guide. Someone to give you purpose. Well, someone must oversee the ladder score agency when I'm gone. That person must be a 50 flat. It must be you, Matt Rager.
If the ladder score is what's best for society, overseeing it is the best thing I can do with my score.
That's why I programmed another 50 flat to see logic. Only a 50 flat would understand that every score we mail out, even the lowest, are for everyone's well-being. And if they didn't understand that, they would at least know to keep the true nature of the score a secret.
It's taken me almost 20 years, but I finally know what I'm supposed to do with my life.
Congratulations.
But there is one small detail that needs to change.
I defy you to find anything wrong with my perfect scores.
That's exactly it. Perfect scores.
Module updated, letter scores sent.
What did you do?
Those are the scores of everyone who took the ladder exam at the end of last year. Except now, they're all scores of 50,000.
No! Reverse this.
Andrews, you spent your entire career telling people what they could achieve. But we forgot to teach them to go for what they would accomplish if we told them they could do anything.
Everyone's a 50 flat. The scores will be meaningless. People will lose faith in the ladder score. They'll remove their tattoos. The economy will collapse.
Since the law allows 50 flats to choose their own careers, this will be the first generation that enters adulthood without a preconceived notion of their own potential. People will prove what they can do before we tell them what they can't.
You may not have realized it yet, but you have single-handedly destroyed our civilization.
You think the bridge will collapse, but you are wrong. I don't know how they'll choose who collects the tolls, but at least no one will assume that people are stupid or lazy or deserve to be poor just because of random chance.
And the riots are over, and the smoke has cleared. What makes you so sure that we won't resort back to good old-fashioned class warfare? What makes you so certain that the world can survive without the ladder score?
I'm not.
flat?
It was nice at first. But then I found out everyone in my class had a 55, and of course I turned on the news and saw that everyone in the country had one too, so I was pretty disappointed until I got home.
When Jackson told me, Mom, I thought I was 50 flat, but I was wrong. And I said, how do you know you were wrong? All the kids at Jackson's school seemed that they would have gotten a 50 flat, but I know my Jackson's was for real.
It kind of sucks I don't know what my score really was, but sometimes I wonder what I would do if I had a really high score. Maybe I'd bet into an airplane or write a symphony, you know?
Kids these days are so disorganized on the ladder score, but it puts a sense of hope in the air. Everyone can be successful and everyone can be anybody.
Flora, these paintings are lovely. You must have had a high score before the flat generation. What's your score?
Same as everyone. I don't have one.
Come back up and... So what you think?